All right, last evening, Sakima Mullins. Well, they say he underlined his status as a top boxer in 2017, the junior middleweight Ray Nephew Contender Series. He beat the Canadian Phil Rose. That was the final last evening. Rose, this happened at the Michael University. Mullins, 34. He knocked out the Canadian in round number 6. It was a 10-round championship fight, and he becomes the first fighter to win the series twice.
Nice. So
Sakima Mullins is the contender champion for 2017. When did he win before, Everett? It's not his year before. Okay. 2015. Yeah, I think that's when he won.
Look, man.
34 years old, Sakina. Congrats.
Never, you know, Jamaica has one of the most distinguished boxing histories in the region.
Yep.
And I'm just dying to see us get it back together.
Yep. We've had some world champions.
Yes.
Mike McCollum, Trevor Berbick, Lennox Lewis is the Jamaican.
Shrimpy.
Shrimpy Clark. Yeah, we've had a number of them.
Yes.
And if you go way back, there was Bonnie Grant and Percy Hales and
Jamaica history in boxing is...
Bonnie Grant?
No, but it's a salient thing that Landy has done, because I say this all the time, we don't underscore greatness in this country. And so little young men and young girls who are growing up probably don't believe them can be a boxing world champion, because they don't know that we've already done it. Yep. Everybody know them can break records on the track, and them can be world leaders because of Bolt and Atty and everybody. But we have to underscore the thing, man.
So congrats to that. All right, the next one. No surprise that, remember President Obama has said he would allow transgender folk to be a part of the United States Army. Well, Mr. Trump said, no, that's not going for. Mr. Trump said, I'm not into not with that. So Mr. Trump said, it is, he says, after consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail.
What does he mean, medical costs?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. Apparently, it's 15,000 transgender Americans are in the United States Army. So Mr. Trump said, well, not anymore, you know. We're not done.
Well, I don't understand it. No, when he says medical costs, what is he talking about?
I don't know. I guess if you... well, I don't know. Make a note not to even go there. I really don't know.
Say that again, Kia?
But Mr. Trump just decides, well, him can't better that. Mr. Trump said, when you go on here, 15,000 now, you know, kind of leave the army. Well, there you go. But apparently it has to be enforced by the Pentagon. And as we said, Barack Obama's administration, they said the future policy, and there were decades of discrimination, and he decided to allow them. And Mr. Trump said, no. Well, what's the next one?
We were talking about this on Tuesday, that conjugal visits are now going to be allowed here in our correctional facilities. Well, the minister is saying, is not every prisoner
can bring in him wife
will be a part of the system. Right. He says, in order for them to determine if it will be granted, it will include the length of time left on the sentence, changed behavior, deportment of the prisoner, being in a stable relationship. So in the year when me ask, you know,
yeah, but that
if somebody have 5 baby mother, if a 5 of them are going to get figured.
Yeah, but that one, I don't understand how you're going to figure out, say, the man in a stable, or the woman in a stable relationship. How you figure that out?
I guess.
So you just call them and say, you're in a stable relationship?
No, say, I guess they would have monitored
monitor who?
The visits that have been happening between you and the individual. Exchange of
there's another
thing.
one. What else?
Type of crime committed. The visits will not take place on cell blocks. And it's just a way to get them to reintegrate themselves into society.
All right. All right. All right. So, on the stroke of halftime, Well, first, let me tell you what happened first. We lost our goalkeeper, Andre Blake. And they say a serious hand injury. Then someone said a wrist injury, so I'm not certain. But he made a brilliant save, blocked the ball. Then Altidore came in and he put his hand and he hurt. I don't know if it's the wrist or the hand, but he had to come off. And then Jose Altidore with an outstanding free kick just before halftime. One love, United States. 5 minutes into the second half, corner kick and Javon Watson, 1-1. And then 2 minutes to go in the game,
May I tell you?
corner kick from the United States. And they score on us. And we lose 2-1. The second final, we lost to Mexico 3-1, and now we lose to the United States 2-1. But I thought we did well. I thought we did well.
We were amazing.
I thought we did well.
I thought the goalkeeper going with a bag of things.
We were. He got the best goalkeeper of the tournament.
Man.
Andre Blake got the best goalkeeper of the tournament.
But this guy Miller replaced him. May I tell you, Miller going with a bag of things.
He did well too. But we get that chance. Alvas, my Virgin get that chance. Boy, football must be the greatest sport in the most difficult thing on a football field is to put the ball in the net. Sometimes, no matter how easy it looks.
It may appear from us where sit down just a watch.
It's the most difficult thing to do.
It is.
And you see the big time players. Lionel Messi. I think Messi has a record at Barcelona for the only Barcelona player to miss so many penalties in one season. I think he missed 8 penalties. So if big old Messi missed from 12 yards out, and him not under no pressure, then
and when I saw Warren Barrett sitting there on the bench, it warmed my heart because I know where those guys are coming from 98 and beyond.
Yeah, we got to the final again. I mean, you feel disappointed because you wanted to win, and I thought that we could have won the game, but we did well. We did well, and I'm proud of my team.
Maybe disappointed.
Well, you know, you want to win.
Let me tell you, and I'll tell you why. Because of how they played.
Yeah, but you want to win still.
Yeah, I mean, if they played, if I thought they got to the finals and then didn't look like a team that would deserve to be in a final, but I said,
we did well, but we still want to win.
Reggae boys, I love it. I love it. I'm watching it last night and I say yes. And 2 minutes to go, come on, man.
Still want to win.
We're not with the resources where we have. Reggae boys, who don't want extra good. All of we should have lined up at airport and welcome them when they not come. We're too spoiled as a nation. That's our problem. What, my love? No.
All right. Time for some birthdays. All right, so this is Nicholas and Tamara Bogle. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary. I'm going to bring up my Nicholas and
So it's the birthday of their wedding?
It's the 10th anniversary.
It's the birthday of their wedding? It's a birthday greeting?
No, well, the anniversary, not the birthday thing. So that's the first one. We're moving now the great Everard. So Nicholas and Tamara, happy 10th anniversary. It's coming from the outstanding lady who I call famous, Reshima. I have another link to give you if I can just find it here. So this gentleman's name is Rolando Landon Hamilton, I think. And his birthday greetings. I don't know why Master Rolando dress up so, but happy birthday coming from the entire family. Outstanding, Rolando. Have some fun today, Bridget. Look like you started from last night still, but have some fun. And happy birthday to Evan McKenzie, Shavon Johnson, and Shamar. So Shamar, it look like Julie don't remember your last name. I don't know it because she said Evan McKenzie, Shavon Johnson, and she just said Shamar. So happy birthday to
Shamar is a star, is a one name person.
One name, like a name.
Beyonce and Neymar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So happy birthday coming from Julie Forbes. So have a great day today.
Lavine Elliott from Mineral Heights, Clarendon is 40 today. Hi, Lavine.
Why are you telling the lady
because Jenny Sanchez and them tell me say she 40. So me just tell her, say, happy birthday. Do you know whose birthday it is today too?
No, but you're going to tell me.
Dr. Marcia Forbes.
Dr. Marcia Forbes, I saw her at Sumfest.
Yeah, always working.
Yeah, Dr. Forbes, happy birthday.
I hope she rests today. She never rests.
She's 42 though.
Yeah.
About that, no?
Yeah. Courtney Sargent's birthday is also today.
The great Sarge.
Yes.
He's the Sarge.
Happy birthday to him. Kim Marie Spence, Calbert Carty.
Kim Marie Spence, too.
Yes.
Kim Marie, the one that they go must say
at Jampro.
North Pole or something.
Australia, I think, are one of them places.
She got somewhere like that, man.
Yeah, she was our film commissioner.
Yeah, man.
Letna Allen Rowe, who I know is watching us on One Spot Media in Canada, happy birthday to you. Maureen Wright Evans, Mikey Campbell, Fitzgale, my cousin Nadine watching from the ATL, Marjorie Gillespie. Happy birthday to you all.
Happy birthday, folks. Have a great day today.